It is okay to feel like things are not going on well for you. It is okay to feel like anything you set your mind or you set your hands to do, they don't go as planned. It is okay to feel unwanted. It is okay to feel lonely. It is super fine to think that there is nobody there for you, or it's just you yourself and yourself. But what is not okay is for you to allow that situation get to you, for you to make some decisions based on that situation, and then you figure out that the decision wasn't worth it. I have gone through it. I've experienced that feeling. I mean, I feel like everybody will definitely experience it one way or the other. It's just how you handle it that matters, and it is how you handle it that differentiates us from another person. Teenagers will experience it, adults will experience it, but I'm going to be talking from the point of view of a young adult, of a teenager basically. We have gotten to the point in our lives that we are being pressured, like mode of dressing. Everybody wants to make money through legal means. Everybody just wants you to be something that you do not want to be. So like the pressure is super high, and sometimes that can get to you to the extent that you feel like there's nothing you can do, like there's nothing good that can come out from you, which is totally fine. But what I want you to know is that you not allowing that feeling get to you too much is a good thing. And if you have ever felt that type of way before, where you think nothing works for you, you do not have a purpose, or there's basically nothing left for you, and you overcame it by doing some things, please let me know in the comment section so we can also help others that are feeling that type of way at the moment. And if you're feeling like that, it is perfectly fine. I just want you to watch this video and learn one or two things from it. I For the past 2 weeks, I have felt like, okay, I do not think this is working for me. I mean, I started something and then I figured, you know what, I don't think I can continue with this, because I wasn't seeing changes, right? Everything was just, it was just basically like it was stagnant. Nothing changed about it. Everything was just there. And I kept on, trying my best, but it was like it wasn't okay, like it was not worth it. So I felt, you know what, let me not continue this thing, let me not waste my efforts. But then that was when I would say that was when that old feeling set in, because it gave room. The fact that I doubted myself, the fact that I figured, okay, I can't do this again, it now gave room for that feeling to totally take over everything that had to do with me, because I was basically not myself. I was not myself at all. It was like I was housing somebody that I knew nothing about. You know the feeling when you're talking to a stranger, you guys don't know each other, but then you get to know each other if you like maintain that relationship. But this was totally different. It was like I just didn't know myself. I didn't know who I was. And it is totally fine to not know who we are sometimes. It happens even to adults. But as I said earlier, what just differentiates us from others is how we control those things, how we make use of that situation. And I'm going to say that the pressure is really high, but I just want you to know that do not be pressurized. But I just feel like for teenagers that are going through a lot and they do not know who to talk to or how to express those things, it can be kind of difficult for them, and that feeling can definitely set in, right? Feeling of loneliness, worthlessness is like everything around you is just not it. Like everybody is just not there for you. And I just want you to know that even if nobody's there for you, God is always there for you. I'm not here to sound all churchy and all, but that's basically how life is. Life is definitely not fair. Like that, life is unfair. We all know that that is a fact. But we just have to make life fair for us, basically, through the things we do. So that feeling is normal. It is super normal to feel that type of way that you're feeling right now. And I just want to say some things that can help you like overcome that feeling, or just get you out of that feeling. Because it will be like you're just in your space. It's just you, yourself, and yourself. And for me, it was like there was someone inside me that I knew nothing about. Like I was just the body, but then the person that was inside me was a total stranger. I was not the person inside me. I don't know if you understand, but that's how it felt for me. Every single thing was just not working out. I did some things that I wanted to work out. I just wanted to see the progress. That feeling is normal, but do not let it get over you completely. It is perfectly fine to feel that type of way. Someone out there will definitely understand. Someone will understand. So if you're having that feeling right now, just be calm. It is normal. It is not bad. It is not a disease. It is basically stages. It's a stage basically, and you definitely get over it. No, 2 weeks ago, I was in that feeling. I had that feeling definitely, because we're teenagers, we're growing, so definitely we would. I'm talking from the teenagehood here, basically. So definitely we would will definitely experience it. That I was in a situation, or I was in that feeling where I felt lost, like I was completely lost. I didn't get myself. It was like I was not in this world, but then I was in this world. It was just like I was incomplete. I felt so incomplete. Like I, that feeling, I'm telling you, I felt so super incomplete. Like I was housing a stranger. Like it was like I was housing somebody that I totally had no idea about. I was just housing the person. I just didn't, I was not feeling myself. I was so incomplete. I was so down. I felt like, okay, the person inside me, I don't know this person. So whatever this person wants to do, let this person do it. So, and then I felt so, it was like I was incompetent. Like I was so not myself. I felt lonely. It was like I didn't have anybody. Things were just not going as planned. Things that I laid my hands on just didn't go well, and it was like I wasn't made for anything. Like I was just there. I was just there, and definitely that feeling is normal, right? But how it was for me and how I came out of that feeling, it took a while. Definitely, it took a while, basically, but I had to come out of that feeling because once you are there, it is so difficult to leave. Because when that feeling starts taking control over you, over every single thing that has to do with you, you render yourself useless. So I felt incomplete. I felt like I was ousting a stranger. I felt confused. I was super confused, you guys. I'm telling you, I was super confused. I didn't know where to start from. I didn't know what to do. Like it was that bad. I didn't know any single thing. I was just basically doing what I just had to do. Like if that feeling is terrible, I'm telling you, but it's normal. And as teenagers now, we have peer pressure. There are different things that teenagers are going through that they just do not know how to speak up. They do not know what to say. And definitely, when you're going through a lot, that feeling can definitely set in. When you think, okay, even if I tell this person, or even if I tell someone, there's nothing that person will do. So what's the point? So staying alone definitely happened to me. I literally was alone. I could not do things that I would normally do on a normal day, right? I could not feel myself basically. It was just like I couldn't even look in the mirror to say, okay, this is actually who I am. It was that bad, and I'm telling you, it is totally fine. If you overcame that feeling, let me know in the comment section also what you did to come out of that feeling, or come out of that situation, or come out of that space. It's going to be like it's just you, yourself, and yourself. But for me, it was like it was just me, a stranger, and a stranger. Like it was that bad. But then I had to come out. I just had to come out because it is normal. But what is not normal is when you allow that feeling take control over you totally. Like that is basically what is not normal. And that particular feeling made me not want to talk to people. Like it made me not want to talk to people. But then I thank God for the kind of friends that I have. That is why it is very important to surround yourself with friends that help you, like friends that bring you up even when you're at your lowest. So I had friends that figured out that okay, something was up, and I didn't want to tell anybody because I felt there was no point. But they just had, like, my friends have a way of making me speak up. Like they just have that type of way. And if you don't have a friend like that, it is perfectly fine. Just have someone that when you talk to, you feel comfortable with that person. And I just told one or two people about it, and they were shocked because normally coming from someone like me, it was just so weird. But then everybody's weird, so it's perfectly fine by me. Or what helped me basically was that I talked to like three people, but then it wasn't just random people. Like definitely we have friends. We have friends and we also have friends. If you get it, you get it. And if you don't, but definitely you have that one person or two people that when you talk to them, you know that yes, this is actually who it is. And definitely we know that there are some things that you cannot just tell adults because there's a way adults take, like there are ways adults handle their situation. So now taking your matter to an adult, it might not be what you want. They might not say what you want to hear. That is why I always prefer talking about things like that with my teenage friends or friends that I know that we are just in the same circle basically. And definitely there are some adults that will definitely understand. But then adults can be very adulting. I just spoke to one or two people, and then one thing that, or what they said was that you need to find yourself, like you need to reassure yourself, reaffirm yourself. There's something about all these reaffirming quotes, like things that you say to yourself, that like just say things to yourself that I am bold, I am this, I am that. So like that's like reaffirmation. So they told me that I need to reaffirm myself. Like I just need to reaffirm myself. And even when they told me, I couldn't do it because that feeling was still there. But then, because what I do most times is if I'm feeling some type of way, I just make videos of myself. Basically, I make videos of myself, and I make videos with somebody that always makes me feel special. Like this person literally doesn't complain when I want to make my videos, Snapchat videos, Instagram videos. Basically, this person is right here with me, and I'm going to introduce the person right now. This I think I'll. This is basically Angela. Yes, this is Angela too. I'm Angela one. This is Angela too, and it basically makes me feel, yes, like I am myself. Do you have anything to say for them? Do you have? Oh, she doesn't have anything to say. So you guys, but this is Angela too. I'm Angela one, and I know this thing is not living. I get, but like we all have imaginary friends, right? But then this is a mannequin, right? And definitely mannequins don't speak unless if their village people have, done their work. If your village people have done their work, definitely you can have a mannequin that can talk. But it just makes me feel that's it works for me. Basically, it works for me when I'm making my videos. I always include this mannequin. Like it always makes me feel better. Like that is what I do. People actually think I'm crazy, but no, I'm crazy in my own way, and it works for me perfectly. So me to reaffirm myself, do things that was of my interest, because definitely you have friends that will know the things that interest you, things that do not interest you, things that so I think my first thing, or the first thing that helped me basically, was talking to someone, right? Talking to someone helped me a lot. And then those people I talked to told me to reaffirm myself, right? To always speak words of affirmation. Yes, that's the word. To always speak words of affirmation to myself. And I figured, okay, yes, basically, I think this, though it didn't work at the beginning, but then I just had to. And then they told me to do the things that I was super interested in. And I always like making videos of myself. So I just had to pick up my phone and just start making crazy videos about myself. And it helped me get back to where I am today. Like it helped me move out of that feeling, right? For some people, that feeling might take a month, it can take 2 months, but when it's going beyond that, definitely you need to talk to somebody. And I know it's definitely not easy to talk to just anybody, but you just have to, because that's how life is. Basically, we are not an island. We really need somebody. We all need somebody. So you can't just be on your own. It's definitely not possible. So I basically talked to someone. They told me to reaffirm myself, to do things that was of my interest. And for some people, spending time basically can bring you out of that situation. So what I'm going to say, or what I just feel, is that if you are in that type of situation, if you are feeling that type of way, if it works for you, talk to somebody. If it works for you, go out. If it works for you, do things that interest you. Teenagers, we are going through a lot, definitely, that even we do not know how to speak up. But I'm just telling you that this thing shall pass. Whatever you're going through will definitely pass. So far, you do not allow it to get you completely to the extent of thinking of committing suicide or things like that. So what I'm going to say, or my advice to somebody out there, if you're feeling that type of way right now at this moment, right now, is that you need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to people that you know that they elevate your spirits. You should always have that friend that is always at your tip. Like once something is not working well for you, you can always just talk to that person, and then that person just says things that lift you up, things that elevate you, things that motivate you to keep going. Because definitely being a teenager or having to do something on your own can be quite, you know, frustrating, because when things are not going as planned, definitely be frustrating. Even for adults, when things don't go their way, they end up get frustrated. So it is definitely and perfectly fine to be frustrated, but talk to somebody. Do things that interest you. And I always say this: surround yourself with people that bring you up, like people that elevate you. Surround yourself with friends that do not make you feel insecure, friends that do not make you feel inferior, right? Surround yourself with those people. Like just don't let anybody just weigh you down just like that. Nobody deserves to take away your happiness. Nobody deserves your happiness. You deserve to be happy. So be happy in every possible way you can. Definitely that feeling is perfectly fine, but just be happy, right? Do things that interest you. If it is going out, definitely go out. Spend time with yourself, spend time with nature, and just be the real you, right? We're teenagers, we're adults, things will not go as planned, definitely, but that is how life is. That is how life works. So don't the road is not straight. It is not straight. You definitely go through some challenges. So it is perfectly fine to go through them, but do not allow those challenges to weigh you down. Teenagers need money. I'm telling you, some teenagers need money, and not having money can also be frustrating. Like not having money, and then you're seeing other people that are working, are gaining money through dubious means, while you, on the other hand, it's not like you can't do it, but then there's just this training, or there's just this. That's how you are. Like you just can't do things that are illegal just because you need money. But some people, due to their desperation to get money, they've done things that are not worth it, and it has gotten them wherever it has gotten them to. So if it is money, don't worry, you would have that money someday. Okay, you will definitely have that money. So just be yourself. If it's in a relationship that you're not comfortable with, just leave. I'm telling you, don't make things weigh you down. Don't let things weigh you down at the teenage years, 13 to 19. The pressure is always high. That is when you see your friends doing all sort of things to get money, or all sort of things to do, and you, on the other hand, you're not doing it. Not because you do not want to do it, but because you are trained to an extent that you know what is good and what is not good, right? Those that are also doing bad things, they know that it is bad, but it is what it is. So do not surround yourself with people that have bad energy. No, don't bring bad, like nobody ever bring bad energy. You know that's one bad energy. Stay far away. Yeah, you need to stay far away from me. I do not need bad vibes in my life. I do not need anyone to come and be stressing me. So take away bad energy. If you have friends that bring you down, please let go of them. If you have a positive mindset, do you? If you're feeling that type of way, do you? Don't be too hard on yourself. Talk to somebody. If it is going out, go out, enjoy yourself, have fun, but do not let that feeling get to you. Do not think suicide is the only option. Suicide is not an option. Please and please and please. If it's to have an imaginary friend, definitely. Oh my god. If it's to have an imaginary friend, people might think you're crazy, but just do what works for you, and just be fine. So it is so okay to feel that type of way right now, but just do not let that feeling control you. So if you are feeling that type of way and you've come out of it, let me know what you think, or let me know what you did to come out of that particular situation in the comment section. And that's basically the end of this video. This is Coping with Angela. On this channel, I talk about situations that we find ourselves that we have to cope with, and we also have to adapt to. And I also drop tips on how to stay healthy. So definitely, if you are stressed, because this feeling can make you feel stressed, why don't you watch my video? Like, just watch my next video, and it promises to be enlightening. Please just give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Remember, that feeling is normal. Do not let it get to you, and be your real self.